Hey guys, Seth at Hornady, and I'm sitting down with senior ballistician Jaden Quinlan. We're talking new products for 2025, specifically the 338 Advanced Rifle Cartridge. Jaden, one of the more common questions we're getting here, the 300 Blackout, historically known for its subsonic performance. Compare that 338 ARC to the 300 Blackout because they're substantially different.
Absolutely. So the 300 Blackout's been around a long time, and it's got a great reputation for performance, both with subsonic and supersonic cartridges. It's one of the only cartridges out on the market up to this point that will function an AR-15 style system with both super and subsonic ammunition. Now I say that with a little bit of a caveat. Sometimes it doesn't. We've had a lot of folks out there that decide to build their own AR, or they even buy a factory rifle and it functions with one ammunition type but not the other. In a lot of cases, you'll see that it'll function supersonic with no problem, with or without a suppressor. But you go to subsonic and you might start to have some issues depending on those gas system dimensions. And that's because of the difference in the pressures and the gases generated by those two loads. Subsonic is a lot lower on the pressure generation and the amount of gas available. Well, you've also got a situation where the supersonic performance it's okay, but it's not much compared to all the other cartridges that fit in an AR-15. The subsonic is quite good. Terminal performance is very similar to your pistol cartridges. It works really well, but it's not as good as it could be. And so when we started messing with the 338 ARC, the initial goal was to see how far and how much we could gain in subsonic terminal performance by going to that little bit bigger bullet diameter, and you gain quite a bit. I mean, it has essentially 1.5 times the energy on target that a 300 Blackout does. That does quite a bit to your subsonic wound channel. The temporary cavity is a lot bigger. The increased bullet weight, the 307 grain, helps us along with the cartridge case design with producing really low velocity spreads and standard deviations. So if you want to shoot subsonic at ranges that are a little bit beyond where you're used to, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 600 yards, this is going to allow you to do that much more successfully because it produces really low standard deviations of velocity.
Right, which is hugely important. And you talked about the pressure in the 300 Blackout. Let's talk about the pressure in the 338 ARC because that's one of the things that makes a 338 ARC in an AR-15 work so well.
Absolutely. Yeah, so the difference between the supersonic and the subsonic offerings in 338 ARC are significantly closer as far as the gun is concerned, as far as how much gas there is and how much pressure generation there is. And so what that really means is that it's going to be much easier to build your own AR and get the gas system correct from the get-go to where it runs both supersonic and subsonic, suppressed or unsuppressed. And the benefit there is that you don't have to pick one or the other. You don't have to build it for subsonic, but then you shoot supersonic and it's overgassed, or build it for supersonic and then it won't run subsonic. The cartridge, the propellants we're using, the bullet weights, all of that was optimized so that the difference between the two loads is minimalized as much as possible.
Fantastic. So in brief summary, compared to the 300 Blackout, the 338 ARC is one, easier to tune a gas system for both subsonic and supersonic use with and without a suppressor. And in the subsonic line, it's got almost 1.5 times more energy on target, and it's got a bullet purpose-built to perform. So for those hunters out there looking for subsonic, this is definitely the way to go when compared to a 300 Blackout.
Yes, people will see the difference right away.
Awesome. Well, for more information on the 338 ARC and all 2025 new products, check them out at Hornady.com.